In this video, we're going to talk about our paddle raise feature and how you can raise more money at your live event by doing the paddle raise. You might be familiar with the paddle raise the traditional way when you have an auctioneer and everybody raises their paddles for different dollar amounts. We kind of put a little twist on that, and you can now do that electronically through your phones. You're going to be able to raise a ton of money with this feature, so we highly suggest adding that to your auction if you can. So let's go ahead and I'll show you around. To find the paddle raise feature from the auction dashboard, click on Live Event Options and then Paddle Raise. So the paddle raise, if you are familiar with like a traditional paddle raise where you have your paddle, the auctioneer yells out who wants to donate $500. Everybody that wants to donate that amount will raise their paddle. You'll write down all the bidder numbers for that amount, and you'll be able to collect cash donations. So we do have the ability to do that. So if you are still giving out paddles, you can still do that and then enter those amounts back into our system. So in my example, if they were doing $500, you can then enter in all the bidder numbers back into our system. Now, if you wanted to run just a mobile paddle raise, what you can do is you can go ahead and set up your paddle raise onto your auction, and from here you can choose your background, either light or dark. You can upload your organization logo or maybe a large sponsor's logo. The other donation amount, so what this basically does is, here I'm going to pull a screenshot in of what it will look like on your phone, where you have your different donation amounts. The other field is right down here. So if somebody doesn't, let's just say your high is $500, but someone wants to donate $1,000 or $10,000, the other donation amount will allow them to put in a custom amount. The display paddle raise on mobile, that just puts your paddle raise on your mobile auction. Some people like to hide it till maybe about 30 minutes before, and then they show it. You have a lot of flexibility there. And then for the other ones, you're basically just creating the different tiles for your phone. So you're going to choose a goal that'll show up on the leaderboard, and then your other quick donation amounts that will create these tiles on your phone. So then what happens is once you hit save, it'll create a leaderboard. So this is kind of was my leaderboard that I just created. And then what you'll do is at the event, you'll have your auctioneer, a DJ, an MC, basically announce that you're going to be doing the paddle raise, and then click on the donate button on your mobile auction. It'll pull up the tiles that you have preset. And then what you can do is you can start getting people to hit those dollar amounts. So what will happen is on their phone, if you can't see this in the background, but I'm on my phone and I'm making a donation, and it just went up by $1,000. Now I'm going to make a $2,500 donation, and it went up by another $2,500. So your totals update in real time. And we give everybody 5 seconds of name recognition. So your totals will update in real time, but we'll give everybody the same amount of name recognition throughout the entire event. So this is just a great way to be able to raise more money at your event without having to do this manually. So it's great because we'll create an invoice. From the invoices, all your invoices will be created. So here's my paddle raise invoice. You'll see that it's a donation and not an item invoice. It's pending. So if I had a credit card on file, I can go ahead and charge that credit card, or I can shoot this out to somebody's cell phone by text message, and then they can enter their credit card information at that point. So that's kind of how our paddle raise works. If you have any questions or you want us to go into more detail about it, feel free to contact us or your auction success team member that was you were matched up with, and we'd be happy to kind of go through setting this up. But this is a great way to kind of just raise more money at your organization. And if you wanted to run that hybrid style paddle raise, you can. So if you do have some older bidders or members or attendees, you can give them a paddle raise or a paddle, and then you can basically have people do their mobile paddle raise, and then also manually enter in donation amounts. Here too, it'll update the leaderboard, same as the mobile paddle raise. It kind of combines it together, and then that way you can kind of get everybody involved in it, and you don't have to worry about people being left out. So this is a great way to raise a ton of money at your next auction. So feel free to go ahead and test this out with your auction committee beforehand, but we really suggest trying to incorporate this if you can to your auction because you're going to be able to raise a ton of money with it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And we're going to go into the next video. We're going to teach you how to reassign items to other users or other winners. So if maybe somebody backs out of an item or doesn't end up paying for it, we'll show you how to quickly assign it to a new winner so you can go ahead and get that item sold. So we'll go ahead and see you in the next video. Thank you.